And the Cyclones will kick it away to start us off. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Illinois' offense will have the football first. And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game out. I thought the defense did a really good job of confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressures. So no different today. The defense obviously watched the film, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to do the exact same thing and get this guy rattled. So this quarterback, he has to know.
Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down up for 38. And the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Off the play fake on first down, the throw. Slings it downfield. Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Oh, that hit him in a bad spot, right in the hands. Great play. Still get a pass breakup, but man, that could have been an interception by the defender there. Nice break on the football, but secure that big fella and get the 6. Get the pick 6.
Grab near the sticks. It's Stewart. Corral, but not before. He picks up the first down.
The hardest thing to do in college football is tackling the open field. These guys are so fast, so elusive. You just want to get them on the ground. You see the swing and the miss there. It leads to extra yards. So hard for a defense to get those guys.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Brought down at the 21-yard line, a 15-yard pickup, and they are in prime position to get points now. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his big tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down. They're likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing it.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on fourth down. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs. So Iowa State's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
To throw, it's Kendricks. Fires to the big fella. Finds enough room to get it to the 21 before going out of bounds. The deeper into the season we get, the more they win, the greater their confidence that they can finish strong here in the Big 12.
Heck yeah, Reese, the bigger the expectations get, the bigger the consequences get for every single game. So you know this league is tough. You know there's always a lot of points scored. You know there's playoff implications possibly down the road. So this team's got to continue to stay on course and continue to do what they've been doing.
No doubt about it. All their goals still out ahead of them right now in play. The thing they've been really good at doing, outside of just being a talented football team and showing up, is that they've got their head where it needs to be every single week. Doesn't matter who they're playing at an extremely high level, just taking it one game at a time. They got to do it again today.
not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Stewart. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. After the short completion, let's see if they go back to the air. To the air on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Stewart. Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down with a big play. Will move the sticks.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. You had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, 1st down.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. He's got him. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
These are simple routes, the drag routes that go across the field, but they actually can turn into huge plays. You see all the speed on the outside now, wide receiver. You get in his hands quick, he can go make a play, make one guy miss, and maybe next time he can make an even bigger game.
I don't care who you are, but if you're going to have success offensively, you've got to have some semblance of a running game. They didn't have it their last time out. They obviously really struggled in that game. And in this one, just not getting enough push up front, and it's putting them in some really difficult
setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable ACC clash. Clemson had an impressive showing there in Death Valley, winning this one by double digits, although it felt like it could have been more. Somewhere even Trevor Lawrence is impressed with this one. Never know what can happen when 2 good teams face off, but even the most plugged-in ACC fans have to be surprised by this one, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Find some space, enough to get 5 to the 22.
Defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Into a massive giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. The Cyclones are at the line, looking to convert on 3rd and short. To the air, it's Kendricks. Finds his tight end. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the 1st down at the 30.
That's a 3rd down the offense simply had to have there. You're obviously trailing early in this game. You're trying to generate some momentum. So 3rd down, defense is playing zone. You just got to find the soft spot in coverage, make it easy on your quarterback. Those 2 guys able to do that.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Back to pass. Got it set up on the outside. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Cyclones will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. No fair catches here, looking for room. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Unloads it downfield. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line. Huge play. Puts them in the red zone, and now they'll snap it 1st and 10 from the 15. He's got the run. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
And this is going to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
Power ahead. Leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right here. Come out, get early, get everything going, let it get all their facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Iowa State sending the offense back out. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that. But dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game isn't entirely.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing, but you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Cyclones will send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Hauls it in, looking for space. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Illinois offense returns to the field. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. The gift to the tailback. Gets it past the 1st down marker and still running. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Throws to the right. He's sacked it. They're back in their own end, and they stop the drive. Stopped at the 16 after the interception, and that return has them in business.
And some defensive backs just have a way.
Yo, that was crazy.
To develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a.
That's crazy.
Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones.
That is crazy.
Buys a little extra time. He's brought down.
Dude was open and he just like threw it to 10 yards past.
And the Cyclones with a 2nd and short to
That's the worst red wow. That's the worst red throw I've seen in a while.
trying to make that rush fake on the draw play here. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it
That was
back to the
crazy.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
The Cyclones come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Stopped in the backfield.
I mean, it's a good thing that my defense is good and their offense is pitiful.
Team makes its way on the
But that was crazy.
He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. And the returner is stopped. Here comes the Illini.
Let's score
offense back
before
onto
half.
the field. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Got his man in the middle. And he
I'll be happy if we can take a 21-0 lead into halftime.
I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. They'll try it to the right side. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles. Those guards and centers have to work together. You got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Illinois needs a big play here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Right down the middle. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Finds him out of the backfield. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. Illinois looking to pay things off on 1st and goal. The run. He's going to lose a yard on that one. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly.
Bro, this is crazy. I can have a 4 or 5 steps with my wide receiver and he'll just drop it. It's actually crazy. The CPU's kind of on some bullshit this morning. Oh well. It's 17-0 and that's all that matters.
One team will rise in the ACC standings while the other is going to sink.
But this is crazy.
The harsh reality of college football when conference foes face off.
Thanks a lot for that. It sounds as if they had a good one there. Just a short pass to the tight end. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. Trying to make up for some of that loss.
But it should be where he was tackled.
Tight end now in motion. The play action fake. Fires on the move.
Bro. That's so irritating. So my guy's just throwing reds and oranges, but he can just hit a perfect pass. He just hits a fucking perfect pass right over my guy. Shit makes no sense.
It's Kendricks. Trying to beat the DD.
Thank you.
To stop the threat. Got room on the return.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that.
So frustrating.
They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Fires deep for the end zone. Intercepted. First half turnover can swing momentum. He'll be stopped, but not before.
There's no fucking pass interference in this game ever. Like, literally ever. They never call pass interference. Ever.
He'll start this drive going to the air. Looking for a big play. And that'll be incomplete.
It's actually crazy.
Big hitter on first down, and second down's coming up.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on the last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And he is sacked as the
I'll take it. 17-0 with
and the Cyclones will try to
how my team is playing right now with all the drops and everything is pretty bad.
join Kevin with the
And he's pretty good.
Guys, you've been taking in a magnificent scene there today in Champaign. And this offense has been the story through two quarters, extending this lead and really dominating almost every aspect of this game. We're talking lethal efficiency from the O-line right on down to the skill position guys. Although I'd argue those big uglies up front are skilled players in their own right. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
All right, Kevin about ready to get things cranked back up here. Illinois has it teed up, ready to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Iowa State sending the offense back out. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
They'll try the left side. Running to Green. Stopped at the 47-yard line. A 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. The Cyclones racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively. And right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the 1st down. They need him to play great in the second half.
And the Cyclones can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Off the play fake. It's complete to the left. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. The Cyclones will snap it on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Looking to throw, it's Kendricks. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
These 3rd downs are so critical in deciding the outcomes of football games, especially when you start to get closer to the end zone. You drill it, you practice it. This offense needs to be dialed in, needs to be in rhythm, and needs to execute on this 3rd down. And when you call the quarterback sneak, you're thinking, I'm going to fall forward and get at least a yard. But Palmer, that defensive line got in there, and the QB got nothing.
He's got to do a better job with the snap count, too, and try to catch the defense when they're napping. Right there, everybody was set and ready. And one more of those type plays.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cyclones. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. This is still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ball game.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. On the run from inside his own 5. Makes a move. He's on the loose. Can they catch him? He'll take it to the house. Touchdown! Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. They go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returner, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. They'll give it to the back. Breaks the tackle. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and short.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
That'll be good enough for a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 30.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Off the play fake on 1st down. The throw. Finds the tight end. Just keep moving this thing forward. He's out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 37-yard line. You know, we joke that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they sell block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones, or they get good matchups. And man, those tight ends nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to stop.
The RPO, it's complete. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker.
Kind of like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
And the Cyclones come to the line on 3rd and it short, trying to keep the drive alive. He'll keep it on the sneak. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it. The Cyclones send out the punt unit. That leg is staying loose. Already the 5th kick of the night. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The Illinois offense returns to the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into the rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, this running back has been the only guy, obviously, who's touched the ball these first 2 plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on 3rd down expecting him to get the ball again.
That's the end of the quarter, and Illinois has the lead here. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Looking to throw on 1st down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
The Fighting Illini facing a 3rd and long to keep this drive alive. Hauls it in. They'll pick up enough yardage for the 1st down. They've got it at the 30.
This guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space and allowing him to go to work. This is turning into a very nice statistical day for this wide receiver.
Well, they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go. Pulls it in. It's Pierre.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Illinois needs a big play here on 3rd and long. It's complete to the right. Got some room and to the goal line. Touchdown, Fighting Illini. And the stomping has commenced. That one ought to give them full control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4 and 1.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And he's going to bring it out. And the returner will be brought down.
Well, that is a very disappointing kickoff return. They've got to do a better job up front blocking these guys running down the field. There was just nowhere for that return man to go.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Finds a crease at the 20.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the 1st down, keep this drive rolling.
Off play action. He's going to take off.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
And the Cyclones can really attack on this second and short. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Fires to the wide out. Connection to the right. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. The Cyclones have it with a 1st and 10.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's the big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
Well, talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight, they thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The defense has been ready for the deep shots. They're ready yet again here late in the game. Nice job forcing that incompletion.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the fourth quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch a little bit, throw the football around.
Looking for a man. It's Kendricks. Buying some time. Nice job to get down there and avoid the hit with the slide.
This is why third down is so difficult for quarterbacks, because the defense substitutes. They put faster guys on the field, and they've got all their different exotic looks they've been game planning all week for, some things you haven't seen on film yet, and it confuses your offensive line. It confuses you, and you're out here just trying to make plays, trying to do something right to get a first down. Wasn't able to gain a lot there.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. And the Cyclones, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Looking downfield on first down. A little release to the back. Runs through a tackle.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
He's got his man. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The Cyclones come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to run for it. He did not make it. A stone wall on third down.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game is going.
He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense, and they might be able to put this thing away. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel real good about their performance today, too. They had a really good game plan coming into this one. They went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, man. This game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them. Or they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. Even in the fourth quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive, pedal to the metal.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man. And it's a new one every single week. And
A shot for the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but like let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but like let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. He sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness with his coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder. I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There were some matchups on the field they thought they could exploit. We saw that happen.
No doubt. Good job by this coaching staff, understanding who's out there to make plays, feeding them the football.